Hey everybody, welcome to We Live in Color. I'm your host, Deontay Damper. Now before we begin, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Converge Media. You'll learn more about our community events, blog posts, The Day with Trey, Back to Besa, and more. Remember to look at whereweconverge.com. Now before we begin with our show, I just have to do an introduction for this guest. See, we talk so much about the Nicki Minaj's, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Glorillaz, but we have not only an amazing rapper and an amazing activist as well in community as well. I'm just so happy to have Alex the P.
Hi y'all, what's up y'all? It's Alex the P, the one and only.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to have you here today because I know you're busy. You in the studio.
Okay, that's right.
And just thank you so much for just taking the time out to be here because, you know, representation matters and you finding your own path, right, not only in the areas of music, but even out here in the community is something that is helping communities live in color.
Right.
And how did you begin your path out here in Seattle?
Ooh, I started off rough, you know, growing up queer and black and like Christian. I have like a Christian background, so my whole family's like involved in church, all that. So I was just like really involved with like the status quo of, you know, just being more manly and just, you know, basically following what everybody wanted me to do. Like they wanted me to do this and I would just go with it. But
what was it like growing up in church throughout that time?
I felt like I really couldn't be myself because I really didn't know who I was at the time. A lot of strict rules, like no cuss music in your songs. Like you can't listen to girl music. You can't do, you know, like just certain stuff like that. So I just felt like I couldn't be myself around certain family members, heck, even my mom. So it was
Why
like,
no girl music?
I don't know. I just think they were trying to persuade me into a different way. Like they wanted me to like be this man figure for them. And I just feel like I needed to find myself instead of listening to what other people had to say.
Absolutely. And how did that make you feel? You know, as in like, you know who you are, right?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
It brought me down a lot. Like it brought me down because it was just like a lost identity. Like I'm trying to figure out all this stuff and I'm getting this backlash from my family, which is supposed to be my closest allies. And I'm not really like I said, I didn't know myself. So I'm just figuring it out. So I just wish they would have supported me more instead of like bashing me of what I'm doing or how I'm moving or how I'm living, you know, pretty much.
Yeah. And I like how you said too, because just like they wanted me to listen to this type of music.
Right.
But who were some of your influences?
Nicki Minaj,
Okay.
Of course, we just talked about the bars. Biggie, E40, just a lot of like influential rappers like Tupac, stuff like that. Those are like my main influences growing up. And so I had to hide and listen to that stuff. I couldn't play that around my mom. I couldn't play that around my grandma. You know, I had to play church music, you know, fake that, a little, you know, a little
Yeah.
something, a little something, you know.
Yeah.
They only listen to R&B. That's like the closest they'll get to
Yeah.
like the devil's music. And I don't think it's the devil's music at all. I just think it's a way for people to express themselves freely.
Yeah, and I think a lot of musicians feel that way, right? And then what about in high school? Did you receive pushback in high school too?
I did. I was bullied a lot.
What school did you go to?
I went to Renton. I went around the world, okay? Federal Way High School, Renton, Decatur High School, Truman. I've been to around the whole world, basically around Seattle. I also went to school in California in Watts.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it was the hardest, you know, because
Why so?
you know, I'm this new kid coming in, and you know, and I'm very flamboyant, and it's hard to hide like who I am. So when you're in the hood, what they call the hood in California, you know, certain people dress this way, certain people act like this, they talk like this, they walk like that. So I was like a sore thumb, like you probably not like a sore thumb, like they knew exactly who I was. So it was hard to hide like my identity, what I wanted to do and who I wanted to like and stuff like that. I got into a lot of fights because of it. Had a lot of girls walking up to me questioning me if I'm like gay. Are you gay? Or like, and I'm like, I'm me. Like, I just want to be me. Like, why can't I be me at this point? You know, like at this point I wasn't like really into labels. So yeah, it was a lot of pushback. A lot of pushback.
But then you find your way back. And we're going to talk about you finding your way back.
Yes.
You finding music and seeking refuge in your music. You're watching We Live in Color.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. You know, they can't get rid of us.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, miss you every day. You seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, but you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no pause. You miss me, we gon' get crazy. Don't need a power slide.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Imani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client, discussing their fields, and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Imani here. I'll see you guys in a few.
And we're back with We Live in Color. I'm your host, Deontay Damper. I am here with worldwide rapper, Alex P.
That's right. I was waiting for you.
I am just like, just hearing your journey, there's just so many similarities that we've had, and we've talked a lot about it during the break. And, you know, after high school, you arrived, right?
Arrived.
And what was that like with your family, of introducing your family, like, hey, this is Alex the P?
Well, it took a lot of that. It took a lot to arrive. You know, like you said, I took refuge into my music and like entertainment. You know, I used to dance before I even did music. Like,
oh, really? I never knew that.
I had dance classes. Every high school I went to, I would go to the teachers, ask them to be my teacher assistant to watch over the class. I was the dance teacher. I was doing a little choreography. I was teaching them how to gig, you know, turn left. So that's where I really found my passion, you know? And so it took a lot of backlash from students, like watching me dance how I dance and act the way I act to even arrive, for real. And so once I got out of high school, it was like, okay, now I'm like prone to this now. I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like if I can take all the backlash from high school and not really get into it, like, you know, really get into it mentally and like break me down.
Mm-hmm. And as you're tapping into yourself, right?
Yeah.
Your family, were they accepting?
Some of them were accepting, but like my dad, he's still not accepting to this day. Like I still get into it with him about my sexuality and how I dress, how I talk, how I walk. So it's just very unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there has to be a lot, and you have brothers and sisters, and
yes.
they accept you fully.
Yeah, but most of them are younger siblings, so they haven't like grew up into that mentality of, oh, I know what this is and stuff like that. And, you know, I kind of like, I'm not really out there when it comes to like my little siblings seeing me like that. So I like probably like, you know, I respect my household and everything. If they don't want me wearing like certain stuff, then I won't do that. Certain things like that. I won't expose the children to certain things, so they have their own mind when they grow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have yours, right?
Yes.
So what was it like? You have this God-fearing family, and then playing your music. What was your first song that you recorded?
Oh my gosh, my first song I recorded was Enjoy Your Life.
Enjoy Your Life.
Which is crazy, that's what we're talking about, because it was just like a song like to express like I need to just live life to the fullest. Like I don't need to worry about what other people got going on or how they perceive me. I need to just enjoy my life.
Yeah.
That's why I got in the studio and I whipped that out.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And your family and your friends, were they receptive to it?
Most of them, like I said, but like I said, my dad, most of the male figures I have a problem with to this day because they don't accept me for who I am.
Okay, and we're going to enjoy our life anyway.
Period.
And go. And so not only have you been making music, when I first actually seen you, it wasn't actually in person. A lot of community folks and people worldwide seeing you rapping on a reality show. What reality show was like that? What reality show was that?
It was Bad Boys auditions, Zeus Network. I did my biggest one on there. It was very raunchy, pulling up to the scene. They was going crazy. And I just went there to like showcase my talent. I didn't go there for all the rah-rah and all the bad boy festivities. I went there to showcase me, and it worked out. And then God had a plan.
You went viral.
That's right. God had a plan for me. So, but ever since that viral video, I've been booked and busy.
Yeah.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy. I heard you on the We Outside remix.
That's right.
with Coach T.
Oh, yes.
And what was it like working with Coach?
Oh my gosh, Coach is such an inspiration. Like he's just like such a staple in this community when it comes to like the dance background and just living in color and quear.
Yeah.
It's a staple. If you come to Seattle, you gotta know Coach.
You gotta know Coach.
Period. Like you gotta know the P.
Yeah.
He's just an inspiration. Like I said, I just couldn't wait to work with him. He couldn't wait to work with me. So it was like match made in heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that that's just great because, we already see, and you see it a lot in the news and on the blogs of like the treatment of queer folks in hip hop. How do you feel about that?
Man, people need to grow up. They need to grow up and let people live their lives. Like, it's not that serious. Your opinions aren't needed, like, at all. So I just don't like how, the queer, especially the queer blacks, are being treated.
Yeah.
In the rap industry, music industry, just because they want to live how they want to live, And it's sad, but I've seen, like, more people joining the support of the movement for more Black queer artists. So I'm here for it.
And I think that you're creating that movement here, right?
Yes.
You've been like Ken the Man, who's like one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite.
Cold. She's cold.
Love her. And then it's like, and you're creating that lane here. How does that feel? Because I've been around and seen community kids like come to you and say, can I get on a track? And you're always just so open for that. So how does it feel to know that you are creating a safe space for these kids?
It feels good. Like, it feels so good. It feels like the best. Because, mind you, I never thought I would be where I'm at today in this, as far as my music industry. It's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, but you got it though.
I got it.
You got it though.
I'm still getting there, but I'm here to support the girls. If they support me, I support you. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
It's just that.
And that is that. And so we're gonna talk a little bit more. We're gonna do a We Live in Color tribute.
Okay.
And I might actually do a little call to action after this too.
Okay.
You're watching We Live in Color.
1 in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Hello Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Imani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client, discussing their fields, and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Imani here. I'll see you guys in a few.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Africa Town Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africa Town Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africa Town Plaza is a love letter to the community.
On my mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down, got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch, might wake the neighbors up, but you hit and break you out. In the end, we gon' make the child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2, we don't need no pause. Miss you, we gon' get cookies, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
And we're back with We Live in Color. I am here with Alex the P.
Hey,
I'm sorry, we've been laughing this whole time here and just having just a good time. And you know, you sharing so much of your story and creating lanes for other queer community members in the areas of music, in the areas of just existing has been amazing. But who has helped you live in color?
Ooh, I would say my uncle. He still lives out here. He's a real tough go-getter male figure, and he just taught me how to just not listen to whatever everybody else got to say.
What's his name? Let's speak his name out here. Thank
Jesse, my Uncle Jesse. Yes. He's just a big tribute and inspiration to me because he just accepted me even when he knew already. And he just wanted me to live my truth. Besides all the other male figures in my family that I've been going through trials and tribulations with, it's just that's my biggest tribute. Is my Uncle Jesse.
So we lift up Uncle Jesse in this space.
We love Uncle Jesse. Okay.
We love Uncle Jesse. Okay, we thank Uncle Jesse in this space. And before we close, I just call to action. You all about the call to action. So I'm not even gonna. You look in that camera right there. Can you tell people what you need them to know, sister?
It's the P from the 206. Some say I taste sweet like an intimate. Switch friends like I'm Bentia. Only kept the guy with the highest bid. Okay? Yeah.
And where can people find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, Alex the P Official 1. Yes, go like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Alex the P. 2 music videos are dropping soon. Hope you like them.
And I love you, sis. Thank you so much for coming here today. Thank you so much for living in color. I'm going to hug you after this part, after this last part. And I want to thank you, community. Thank you for being here today. Please join us next week for another episode of We Live in Color. Remember to walk with love. Thank you for coming today. Hey everybody, Deontay Damper. To learn more about our blog posts, community events, and more, go to whereweconverge.com.